Oh, they're on this open house. Man, we made the right call.
A commotion in Jastery as riders on horseback tear through the streets. Clothed in cloth and leather, and mostly armed with axes and swords, they are seen approaching guards, soldiers, or anyone who is armed or armored. Spotting your group, they approach. That means come on.
They look like they're garbed like the last group.
What last group?
One what?
Who to what?
What?
The who, huh? The what?
What?
Are they armored like the other people?
Out of character, it is very similar.
Okay. Alright, what are you doing here?
Hi.
We got a basket problem. A basket problem?
We've been needing your assistance. We need to put those bloody shit clans into the ground.
What's the deal here?
They're summoning fiends.
Who's summoning fiends?
Oh.
The other...
The guy that was just here?
Who was just here?
I don't know, some guy I
Oh no,
can't
so
really
it's speaking
understand.
yearling.
Did he give you a name?
No, he just talked to one of ours and then they left.
What was that name again?
Duma?
Wait.
Duma?
Duma.
Duma.
Duma. Do you know Duma?
Don't think so.
Doesn't matter, he's shit. We need you to help us in defending and get rid of the shit and put them deep.
As long as it causes the place to actually welcome more racism, then sure, I'm for it.
What did you even just say?
Well, you speak in Elvish, lad.
No,
Okay.
I'm defending, yes.
Okay. So, I mean, there's summoning fiends. I'm all about stopping that. Let's go.
All right.
Okay then.
Glad to hear that.
The Muirland clansmen of Starkfontein assist you in mounting up, leading the way out of Jastery and back to the span that leads to Upper Metzar to the highlands of North Starkfontein. Moving on to Scene 2. Alright. You guys head up to the field. We're going to do the cannonball scene. So, y'all are doing Highland Chargers, you're doing cannonballs. Alright. As you ride across the plains outside Jastery, you're quite aware when you cross the span. The terrain suddenly full of sloping hills and near mountainous conditions. You can hear the sounds of combat before you see it. Cresting a hill, you see thousands of warriors on horseback or foot engaged in combat. Without hesitation, the Muirland representatives you had been riding with charge into the fray.
Okay. That's nice. Good luck. Good luck. I'm helping them with background.
So, players with ride narrative may act normally. Players who do not have ride narrative suffer from the flaw, always fatigued because it was a long way from Jastery.
I love this. Wait, are both the foxes able to ride? Yeah. Nice. Oh man. Fox pride. One of these days, just maybe,
If you do,
pilot will be useful.
when we move up to the combat, if you do not have ride, not only are you fatigued, but you also, if you wish to use a 3-count ability, must be stationary to do it. So you can't walk and do an incant. Any questions before we go?
There are thousands of warriors. Do they have different sides, or are they just like...
It is a horrible, terrible, brawling mess of leather, chain, axes, swords.
I was told I was hoping to stop.
Yeah, I don't...
This is just people fighting.
Oh, imagine that.
We need to sort this out.
Bamboozled!
Ride into the fray, Jastrians!
Heckin' bamboozled. Every day I go without insight is the day that I realize I should have insight. Bamboozled. Yeah.
Alright, monsters. 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 No cannonball this scene. As soon as they hit that gate, go for them.
But no hit that gate.
As soon as they hit that gate, go for them.
I thought it was.
And how many steps?
So you can go ahead and go. Just about halfway there.
Halfway there.
You respawn on a 3-count from wherever you want.
Good.
Just keep killing.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Alright, since they're coming from over here.
Ooh, there's a stop. That's the first time I've heard that today.
Alright, so since they're coming from over here, if you can head back to that corner, that's where you're going to come from as the cannonball.
Fire up this way.
You'll hear me make an announcement that the cannonball is coming, and then I'll mark the point to you, okay?
Very good.
Go. You're on a 3 count. You just keep going. You just keep fighting.
Wait, because ride is fun. Play first till 2.
Rules clarification.
Yes.
Blink or vanish while on a horse. Does the horse go with you?
For the purposes of this, we'll say yes.
I would say for simplification, yeah.
Sneaky horse, go. Hold for narration. Over the din of combat, you hardly note the high-pitched whistling till it's almost too late. The first volley knocks you from your horses as the ground explodes nearby. Scores of warriors and horses, not as lucky, violently thrown and rent apart. As the ringing in your ears clears, you can hear screams of pain over the sounds of the still raging battle. Looking to the east, far off, you see the sources. Ships flying the colors of Sardia sit off the coast. You see several puffs. You're in a hole. You see several puffs of smoke and quickly scramble to your feet, knowing another volley is incoming. Due to the thick smoke in the area, all players are afflicted by the flaw, always dazzled. Adapt gas may be used to negate this effect. Any questions?
Can you counter it?
As it's always, no.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, lay on. Okay. Infinite respawn.
Oh, great, cool.
Also burst push 5.
Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. First 3 hit. Immune. Okay. Just pointing the cannonball. Oh, withstand. Counting down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First 3 hits. Firstly crit. Stop, please.
Burst heal 2.
Counting down. 8,
Okay.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Did it happen?
2, 1. First 3 hit.
Anyone got burst healed or anything? It's all
We're
yours.
good at that. I'm not. So I was like,
Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay, you know what?
What dwarf, idiot? Ray! 3, 2, 1. Burst 3 hit. I got one!
alright, I got it. Round up here, I got you.
Counting down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burst.
What is a fireball?
out of the sky. You're not vulnerable. Wait a minute, Rob. Those are like cannonballs, right?
Yeah.
Fireballs?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
It's a cannon. Sardian ships off the coast.
Yeah.
Alright. Monsters. Hold for narration. The defending clans falling back towards Sturkfontein, with the Sardian cannons providing support in the open. It was a killing field, except to Jastrians because they're all immune burst. The attacking clans having to dismount to reach the city. It was then that you saw they had even more support. Fiendish creatures, though few in number, were alongside the warriors. As you make your way to Sturkfontein, they rush forward. Black shut cards. Black shut cards, infinite respawns. So switch cards, infinite respawns.
Gotcha, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Let's hold that thought for a second.
We're going to say no because there's no cannons right now. These are for next scene. Don't worry about it. All right. You good? All right. I lost a monster. Apparently. I lost a monster and I only had 4. Sure. Continue your rest, Corellis, as you ride on your horse.
Yeah, we are the black.
All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
You can use that. It's fine.
Stop coming on
All right. Off you go. Fuck him up. Kill, kill, kill.
Yep, yep.
3, 2, 1, lay on. Infinite respawns. Until I tell them to stop.
Monsters drop dead from fatigue.
Yeah.
Four hit. Wait for that. Oh. One hit.
Listen.
Yeah, now you're awake. Right. Four hit. Hold up, fellas. Dragon 1, Dragon 2, Dragon 3, Dragon 4. Okay.
I know, guys. I know. There's a million of them out there.
Right, this is only half of them.
Keep going.
Ray!
You're over here. I had her back. I'm like, no. Right there.
Free hit.
Ray! Prime. Prime. 21, 22, 23, kill 2.
All right. Yep. Come here.
The sun wins! Okay.
The sun is deadly. Don't worry, you're moving into the shade in the next part.
The shade's leaving us.
Last one. Alright. Okay. Going back, Sheila. Alright, hold for narration.
Hold. Hold.
As another group of Muirland warriors from the city steps up to cover you, you're able to withdraw into Starkfontein itself. People are gathering what they can and preparing to flee the city if it comes to it, while others are preparing for the inevitable fight to come. With an unearthly growling, the clans, backed by fiends, tear through the outermost defenses, making their way into Starkfontein. During this scene, the players will be defending these spawn points. There are 3 cones, orange, green, yellow, in the shade. You're welcome. You will be defending these spawn points. The monsters will be trying to clear these spawn points. So,
Assume things happen if we lose them.
we're getting there. So, as a reminder, the way you clear spawn points, and they're new. If a monster can stay in contact with it and not be interrupted for 1 minute, the cone is cleared. We're going to switch in a second. Alright. So, any questions about this scene? Yep. Alright. Set up your defenses. Monsters with me.
Body block. Oh, that. We choose or we beat?
You get to choose. And if you want to switch it up mid-combat, feel free.
What did you say? I didn't catch that.
So you can choose to be the Knight Commanders or the Black Shucks. You can change it mid-combat. It's your decision. This is a mixed force. And we're getting close to the epic. Everyone ready? 3, 2, 1, lay on.
Case stun. Case stun. Okay. Oh, all right. Hi. Prime. Horrible. You're on. Okay. Oh, you're not on my mind. Damn. Sorry. First we quit. The paladin's busy. No, you crit me. You gotta have the next best.
I just figured this was the easiest way. I just come walking to you.
Sounds good.
Ray!
Back you go.
Charge!
Oh, don't worry. You'll get it back in 2 more spawns.
Ray! Charge!
Rage! Almost had to do the gangster lead on that one.
Alright, hang here.
Alright.
Absolutely. We need these 2 to die. Come on. They're taking too long. Let's just go ahead and do it. Hold for narration. Eat it, Fox. Alright. Taking up defensive positions within the city, you mount a decent defense, but still more Highland Muirland warriors and fiends keep pouring into the city. A nearby wall gives way as a fiend, larger than the others, faces down a dozen warriors nearby. The large fiend is an epic monster. 3, 2, 1, lay on. Whichever one you want, but you're going to want a weapon. I'd start at one end and roll my way through. You can't be interrupted in the spawns. And you guys just keep going.
Oh, I got this. Alright, that's a big thing. Prime. Ray! Prime. 3. God. Prime. 3. God. Prime. 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 You got time. You want to drink? Secret. Prime. 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 Secret. Prime. Prime. 4 down. Let's go from the wall. More crime. Oh, you can dodge. More crime. Oh,
The epic fiend refreshes.
you took off the thing. Yeah.
She took the cone. That was a minute.
Oh, yeah. Clears it every refresh?
She clears it when she was there for a minute. Yep. We were about to clear the second cone.
Okay. Good time. Will this thing fall?
I screamed at everything. I was like, oh wait.
Nope, still got 30 seconds.
Recovers.
60. The epic monster refreshes and clears the second cones. Hold for narration. Hold for narration. As the defenses start to give way to the continuous assault, people try to flee the city. As the Murlin and fiends swamp the highlands, the window of opportunity to flee is rapidly drawing shut. Abandon defenses. Any player may choose to abandon the defense of Sterkfontein by taking a 10 count and running to the tavern. You don't have to actually run, you just get to go to the tavern. You may not rejoin this mod if you choose to abandon it. Are there any questions? The large fiend is an epic monster. 3, 2, 1, lay on.
At least 6 there.
Hey Rob, can you hold this for me?
Alright. There's a fiend killing them all at the gate.
Damn time, Darren. Weather recovers and refreshes. One prime. No! 4 crit. 4 crit. Heal 3, wait 1 prime. One prime. Heal 3. 1 prime. 1 prime. 1 prime. 2 crit. Prime. 2 crit. 2 crit. Prime. 3 crit! Oh shit. Oh shit. Crit.
Prime.
3 crit! What have I missed? Prime. 3. Prime. 1 prime. It's at least at
Purge? Expel?
Reach?
Do you want it?
Sex magic?
It's definitely a fiend. It is definitely evil.
Okay, well it's not dying.
Yeah. The last point falls. Hold for narration.
Bullshit. We put this
As the last vestige of defense crumbles, so too do your options. Those still within Sterkfontein fall back to the southernmost gate, which remains shut. All other paths are closed to you, swarmed by Murlin warriors and fiends. Women and children huddled at the gates as someone tries to break it down. Others forming up in the street, set to go down fighting to buy as much time as possible. Monsters, you are tireless epics. This means that you have infinite spirit.
Garen refreshes and recovers.
I will let the players refresh and recover before this starts.
The question is, run.
It's too late to run now.
The question is, are they at the health that they would still be at after we've been laying?
I will let this one be at the health it would still be at.
So if max health is 10 and I've been laying on 4 each one of those times.
It's close. It's real close. Now deal with the other two. We ready?
Let me know when the ball is down.
Alright.
We were calling
Oh, you.
last night.
Oh, you. Well, he called 4s on this last one, so.
Are we still on all of them?
He was.
I called 3s on all of them either.
Let's talk to Brian about how he wrote it.
Damn it, Brian! Brian!
God damn it, Brian!
God damn it, Brian!
You! I was just waiting for him to tell I fell or...
I'm just following the way it's written, man.